It's great to have you again back on our channel, Relationship Builders Forum. My name is Amara.
And my name is Gospel.
Well, if you're new to our channel, we want to bid you warm welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you know when we put content out. To all our returning subscribers, it's always a joy to have you. Welcome home.
Yeah, today we want to talk about red flags in relationship. Obviously, anyone who is in a relationship has in mind to get into something serious. Maybe you want to get married and you're not thinking about marriage because you want to get in there and have an unsuccessful marriage. The reason you want to get married is because you want to enjoy your life with someone.
Yep.
Maybe someone you love, someone you have made a commitment to. Today, we want you to know that if your relationship is not working, maybe there are signs that show you that it's obvious that you might have issues in marriage. You need to have a rethink.
Yep.
And one of the things we want to look at is dishonesty. If I ask you, someone in a relationship, will you want to marry someone who is dishonest? Is that a red flag for you? For me, dishonesty is a huge red flag. In fact, if I saw that with you, maybe we won't be married today. The reason you want to get married to someone who is honest is that whatever this person says to you, you can actually believe it. For instance, if you tell me, oh, my childhood experience was this and that, I should believe you. Because if I don't know who you are, if the things you're saying to me are not correct, that impacts on every other thing in that relationship.
Dishonesty, I would say, is a fundamental thing that leads to lack of trust in any relationship. And a number of times you find people that we counsel talk about, the challenges that they are facing with respect to lack of trust. If you trace that, it is fundamentally down to the early days of the relationship and them not being, open and forthcoming with each other about, what their life has been prior to meeting each other. And it is really important that you learn to be open. This is someone you're going to be in a relationship with for a very long time. You're in it for a long haul, right? And if you start off, someone is beginning to question who you are or the authenticity of what you're saying, then that is a massive problem because I wouldn't be able to take your word for it, right? So if at any point in time in the relationship you're saying to me, well, this is what it is, I would be doubting you. I would be, I'll be a bit careful about what you're telling me. I wouldn't take it 100%. And that is one of the things that dishonesty could actually lead to.
Yeah, dishonesty for me is also a key character flaw because if you're not honest, then you can be unfaithful.
Yep.
Unfaithful with your finances. If you spend A amount, you can tell me it's B amount.
Absolutely.
If you're not faithful with your finance, that also would bring issue of secrecy.
Absolutely.
Because if I don't trust that you're telling me the truth about your finances, then I may have to hide mine as well.
Yeah.
I won't be open to you. And dishonesty can also lead to unfaithfulness in terms of having relationship with other people.
Yeah.
If you go out and you say, I'm going out with Miss A, and eventually I now found out that you're going out with Mr. B.
Yeah.
That is the issue of dishonesty. Someone who is not honest cannot be trusted, like you said. Someone who is not honest cannot, stay faithful. Faithfulness in this instance is not just about issues around infidelity.
Yeah.
We are looking at faithfulness with your word. Faithfulness, if you tell me, if you make a promise, yes, I can stand by that promise because you're an honest person. You see, even in this society, not just about marriage, in any relationship, beyond intimate relationship with people at work, relationship with people in your environment, you have to be an honest person. It talks about integrity.
Yeah.
Even in secular setting where looking at organizations, looking at leadership, one of the key issues that people want to see is this person, can we trust him?
Yeah.
Can his word be his bond?
Exactly.
If that's not there, it creates a huge problem. So for me, a key red flag you need to look out for if you're single and you're thinking about getting married is this person honest? Are you honest as well? So if you're not honest, sometimes people tell you, I love you. I love you does not mean the person loves you. It could mean that this person is manipulating you with those words and this person wants to take advantage of you. So find out if this person is actually honest.
Yeah.
Want to add to that?
No, I think we've kind of done justice. I mean, if we keep talking about dishonesty, we can go on and on and on and on. One of the things that is an outcome, and I think I touched on it earlier, for dishonesty is lack of trust. So for me, that is a red flag in a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody and there's a lack of trust, right? Might not be as a result of dishonesty. It might stem from dishonesty. It may not stem from dishonesty. But the thing is, if I am to be in a relationship with someone for a long haul, we need to trust each other.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if we haven't gotten to the point where we can trust each other, then we need to pause. We need to ponder. We need to think. See, the journey, marriage is not an end in itself. You know, when you get into marriage, it's a journey, it's a process, right? And it's important that if you are going into that process, you need to have certain things in place. So trust, I think, is one of those things that you need to have in place.
Very true, like you're saying, trust. Trust for me is also a pillar or a foundation in which the longevity of the relationship is built on.
Yeah.
If you can actually love someone without trusting the person, but you cannot trust someone if you don't really know this person. So for some people, what I said may sound contradictory, but you can unconditionally love someone you know that this person is not
trustworthy.
This person is behaving in a certain way that you're not comfortable with, because you've made up your mind to love, made a commitment to love the person. But when that trust is not there, you cannot rely on this person.
Yeah.
You can't. Trust, you are honest, yes, but are you trustworthy?
Yeah.
Can you say, I'm committed to this thing, and you
stick with
make
it,
all the efforts required to bring that to fruition? So if that's not there, then you're not trustworthy. Trustworthiness is also very important. So
it has to do, I think a lot, it has to do, if I may, it has a lot to do with your beyond the words, right? Because they talk about, you know, words are cheap. You know, you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And I think that is really important, because if one has come to a point in their relationship with you and they cannot 100% rely on you. I know, of course, you can say, oh, we are human beings, you cannot trust somebody 100%, but if I'm in a relationship with somebody and it's like standing on one leg, right? You're not very sure that this person is reliable. This person's word is their bond. You know, when they speak, their actions will back it up. Then that is, for me, fundamentally a problem, a red flag in a relationship.
Yeah, looking at trust issue, it might not actually be that maybe this person is not trustworthy, but you're in that relationship from your heart, you know you have issues around trust. The trust issue is not this person, it's you. And you can't trust that this relationship is going to work. You don't trust that you two can work it out and make it happen. So once you have that doubt, once you have that sense of, can we do it? Uncertainty. You don't trust that you guys are supposed to be together.
Yeah.
You have your doubt. You have that sense of, you know, you're not assured that this is going to work. Then you have to put a pause to it. It could be, may not be a red flag. It could be a yellow flag that would make you have a rethink and be sure that the commitment you're making is for life.
Yeah, it becomes a red flag when you neglect it and go into the relationship without paying attention to it.
Another red flag we think is really important is limited commitment. Limited commitment, because people have different ways they approach life. Some people are lackadaisical, some people are not proactive.
Yeah.
For instance, you're in a relationship.
It could be a personality thing, I think. Yeah. You know, for people to be like, there are some people that are kind of chilled out. They don't take things seriously. Yeah,
that's one point. But in a sense where you're in a relationship with someone, you have a timeline, you have goals, you want, things need to be defined. And you're just in that relationship. He's not saying, this is it. We are going to get married. He's not making a commitment. He's just enjoying the moment with you.
Yeah.
Love and all that. Tells you all the beautiful things.
Yeah.
But where are you guys going?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Exactly. You can't be in this relationship for life.
Yeah.
If there is no end in it, there is
or
no
not taking
definition.
the next
step.
Yeah.
You tell this guy, can we go and meet my parents? Say, no, not now.
Let's think about it.
Let's take our time.
Let's take our time. And it's been a year.
It's
been
been 2 years,
2
3 years.
It keeps
going on?
Yeah.
And he has not made any commitment to you. It means that he can walk away because he doesn't owe you anything. Because he has not said, I'm going to get married to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to force the guy to make commitment.
Make a commitment.
But if you give some clues or give him a kind of, nudging to say something and he's not saying it, it means you have to see that as a red flag.
Yeah, it's a fundamental red flag, and I feel that it's a moment for me to just talk to some ladies listening to me right now, because a lot of times we don't place a lot of value on ourselves. And we think that, you have to be in a relationship with somebody to consider yourself valuable. And you find a lot of ladies are trapped in this sort of relationship, going on several years because they're just waiting on somebody to validate them. They're waiting on somebody to say, look, I love you, I see you valuable, I'm going to commit. But the thing is, you need to place value on yourself regardless. Despite what any other person thinks, you need to be confident in who you are. And don't wait for a relationship to validate you. Okay, it's really important that I'm saying this because when some people see that red flag in terms of limited commitment, they still stay on hoping that next year will be better. Next year he's gonna pop that question, the golden question, he's gonna pop it, but he keep waiting and it's not happening. Well, I think that if that person isn't committed enough to say that, then
it's a red flag.
It's a big red flag in a relationship.
I also want to balance it and look at it from a man's perspective, because sometimes you've made all the effort to convince a lady that you want to get married to her. You've made the commitment. You've shown so much love. You've done what you're supposed to do. But this lady is not showing any keen interest. She's a bit reserved. And it's like you're forcing it.
Yeah.
It's like you're pushing so hard to make it work. And you can sense that her mind maybe is somewhere else. Or she's behaving like she's doing you a huge favor by being in a relationship with you. And you're struggling to make it happen. I would say that if you try, that should be like a red flag that, men, you need to
take a next
reconsider
step.
this. Yeah. Because relationship is a mutual thing.
Absolutely.
2 of you should be in it. 2 of you should
be excited,
enjoy
about
and
it.
love what's going on. So if it's not there, maybe we are saying this to you. You need to have everything and see that as a red flag.
Well, I think one of the things I want to mention as a red flag for me, I don't know, maybe because of my gender, is the lack of leadership.
Yeah.
So you're in a relationship with someone and he is the man in that relationship and he's supposed to take the driver's seat. He's supposed to give the direction. He's supposed to tell you about the vision. He's supposed to say what's the purpose of this relationship? Right? What are we doing together, right? And it's so cold. Nothing is happening.
It's as if you're the one leading the relationship in a sense.
Well, you could nudge but he's not owning this thing. He's not driving this thing. It's a massive red flag for me.
Wow.
It's a massive, massive red flag because you might just end up in a relationship with somebody where you're constantly trying to make that person do things or do stuff.
Yeah, what if it's a personality thing?
Some
people are so chilled out.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree it has to do with personality. I'm talking about leadership. I'm not talking about somebody being, charismatic or somebody being phlegmatic, or I'm not talking about all of those, because you can still assert your leadership regardless of your personality. Okay. I'm talking about someone giving direction. So you can be giving direction in a quiet way or in a loud way. It's down to personality, but it's about direction. And I think this is very critical in any relationship, because a lot of people are now married to men that they now are parenting. So they are no longer wives to their husbands, but they are now mothers to their husbands because of this. So, and I don't think that, any relationship is healthy. If you are in that state where you are constantly trying to drive as a woman, then it's a challenge. If it's a massive, and this all starts in a relationship where you see that this guy isn't owning it. He's not giving directions. He's not, he's not saying to you, this is what the next 5 years is going to be. This is what we want to achieve in the next 10 years. I think that is a problem.
Yeah, I think so. And for me, talking about leadership, if I am in a relationship with a lady who is laid back in the sense that you don't have a contribution to make, you just want me to give you all the guidelines, give you all the directions. If I ask for your input, you feel that whatever I say is exactly what we need to do, as if you don't have an individuality and you don't have leadership, because leadership is about influence. So you don't have something you
can offer.
You have something to offer, but you don't know that you have things to offer. Then for me is a questionable relationship, because I believe that we are working together as a team. So as a team player, you have a role to play. And you need to define who you are, define your personality, define your vision as a woman, so that it will be complementary. I don't want to be married to a woman who doesn't have direction for her life as well.
That's true.
It means that I'm all alone in it.
That's true.
Because your contribution will be based on where you're going. And if you can marry our vision and form a unified vision for the family, then that makes it worthwhile. Because marriage in itself is not an end. It is a platform for us to fulfill our purpose.
Absolutely.
Individually and as a family.
True.
So if I am fulfilled and you're not fulfilled, then it's a problem.
Absolutely.
So I think sometimes people get into marriage because the society wants them to get married, because family members want them to get married, because they think the clock is ticking, age is not on their side, but they have not built a level of independence. When we talk about independence, we are looking at maturity. You have confidence in yourself, you believe in yourself, you love who you are. We talked about self-love some time ago. You love who you are. You can live without this relationship. You don't need the relationship to live. You don't need the relationship to be fulfilled. And that takes me to another red flag, which is poor self-image. You can't enjoy your relationship with someone who is emotionally dependent. This person wants you, it's like you wanting me to always tell you how lovely you look, how much I love you.
It's okay.
It's okay, but if I don't say it, then you're not happy. You're always second guessing yourself, and you want me to fill a vacuum that only God can fill. You want me to make you happy.
That's a lot of burden.
I should make you happy in a way, but it's not in my hands to always make you happy, because happiness is a choice.
That's true.
You want to add to that?
Well, I think so. I mean, the thing is, you need to understand who you are in the grand scheme of things. And when I say grand scheme of things, it's not just marriage, in the grand scheme of God's plan for your life. So if you haven't discovered yourself and you come into marriage, that is a big problem, because you're constantly, like I said before, waiting for someone to validate you. And when that validation is not coming through, then you feel less of yourself. You feel, I'm not worthy. You feel, I'm not valuable. And marriage cannot give you that.
Yes.
Marriage cannot give you that, because some people feel, well, when I get married, then I would feel like, I'm valuable. I feel like, yes, I'm worth it. Marriage won't give you that, because it is who you are that you bring into marriage. So if you are someone who is not fulfilled as an individual, you will come into a marriage and just be an unfulfilled person, an unfulfilled wife, an unfulfilled partner to your husband or to your wife. And it's really important that you understand that there is a vacuum, like you said before, that no human being, that's a lot of burden to put on a person, to say feel this vacuum, but then this person is saying I don't have the capacity to do that. I'm not able to do that because I'm only human. I'm as human as you are. And it is so critical that because this is one of the things that causes a lot of friction in relationship, where someone feels like, oh, my wife is so assertive. Well, doesn't see it as assertive, but feels it like she's what's the word? She's bossy. She's arrogant.
She's not submissive.
She's not, well, maybe that's another one, but it's debatable. But you begin to have certain feelers that are projected at you, but not necessarily it's being projected, but you are interpreting those things because you don't have you don't have a right self-image of yourself. You're not comfortable in your own skin. Then that is a problem.
I know, because this is why some men would rather stifle their wives. They don't want them to get to the peak of their career, peak of their express themselves and maximize their potential, because they think if she's bigger than me, if she's higher than me, if she earns more than me, then I will be emasculated. If there's a word like that, I hope I'm correct. So this happens, and I want to say that you have to moderate your expectation for marriage. Marriage is not a place where all your problems
are
solved. You're single, you're lonely, you're single, you're depressed, you're single, you're frustrated with life, and you're just working so hard to escape into marriage so that all your emotional issues are gone. No. Getting married creates another set of challenges. Like we've said previously, life is colored with challenges, whether you're single or you're married. Emotional issues, they are there in marriage. Financial, whatever problem you want to think about. So you need to enjoy singlehood. Get to that point
and
where
be prepared.
Get to that point where your individuality is certain and you're happy with yourself.
Absolutely.
And moderate your expectation in marriage. Just know that I am coming to offer value. If you don't have value to offer, then have everything.
Absolutely.
You're coming to offer value. You're not just coming to take value. So if Mr. A has so much value to give and Miss B has so much value to give,
what a combination.
It's just going to be value for everyone.
Absolutely.
And that's what creates satisfaction. That's what creates happiness and fulfillment in marriage.
In marriage, yes. I mean, we can go on and on talking about red flags in relationship, and I'm sure you listening to us now, maybe there are certain things that we miss. I'm telling you, there are loads of red flags, right? But we've just touched on these ones because we feel it's really important for us to highlight these. I mean, going forward, we could highlight some more. But if you're listening to us right now, please let us know in the comments, what are red flags? What are your red flags? Or what are the things that maybe you're married, there are certain experiences that you've been through and you felt that, this is quite a red flag, okay? So please just put it on the comment section because we would love to read. We would love to see what you have to say about this. And please, if you have quite forgotten to click on the subscribe button because you were just enjoying this content right to this point, don't forget, okay? Click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and give us a thumbs up, give us a like, share this with people you feel would find this content really valuable. And I think we would end it at this point. And until the next time, it's goodbye from us.